Freeze for a moment and clench your fist, because the strength you feel right now might be double what you'll wake up with tomorrow. Research shows that a single nighttime relief break can siphon away up to a third of the oxygen-rich blood your muscles need at dawn. If you're a man over 55, that drain hits harder, leaving you staring at the mirror wondering why your chest feels hollow and your handshake weaker. Think back to high school when that quick habit felt harmless. Today, the same routine silently taxes the tiny arteries that fuel both your heart and your lower core. Dr. Brian Carter, the urologist who's about to join us, calls it the phantom siphon, because you never feel the loss until the alarm rings and fatigue crushes you. And yes, gentlemen, those hidden vessels surrounding your most private cylinder are directly tied to cardiac stamina. Ignore them and your treadmill time nosedives. In the next 7 minutes you'll learn why a rush of dopamine at midnight can short-circuit testosterone recovery by sunrise. You'll also discover the crazy simple pantry fix. Hint, it involves coarse ground oats and a dash of baking soda that restores mineral balance overnight. But first, you need to understand the silent chemistry war happening every time you reach for that quick release. Stay with me, because missing the next 30 seconds could cost you another year of sluggish mornings. Picture a tiny surge of pleasure chemicals racing through your veins at midnight, then crashing into a wall of early morning exhaustion 6 hours later. When dopamine and prolactin spike together after a quick solo session, your body dumps cortisol to level the mood, and that stress hormone shreds the very muscle fibers you're trying to protect. Harvard's 2022 men's vitality study found that men over 55 lose up to 18% of overnight testosterone rebound after just one late-night release. Less testosterone means fewer red blood cells, and fewer red blood cells mean your heart has to pump harder to carry oxygen during tomorrow's walk, golf swing, or grandkid piggyback ride. Dr. Carter calls it invisible cardio overload, because your ticker works overtime while you think you're peacefully sleeping. Meanwhile, the microarteries around your central cylinder tighten, starving both that organ and your heart of the same nitric oxide they share for healthy function. That's why you wake up with a stiff back but a soft pulse, wondering why oatmeal feels heavier than it used to. Here's the kicker: your brain can't store dopamine. Every late-night burst steals the building blocks for tomorrow's motivation, leaving you foggy before you sip coffee. But don't panic. A simple pre-bed mix of steel-cut oats, a teaspoon of raw honey, and a pinch of baking soda stabilizes blood sugar and buffers cortisol swings. This pantry hack keeps your liver stocked with glycogen so your heart doesn't raid your muscles for emergency fuel at 3 a.m. Think of it as installing a night guard for your bloodstream, protecting both your cardiac engine and the delicate hydraulics south of the belt. Stay tuned, because in Chapter 3 we'll reveal a 2-minute breathing drill that restores nitric oxide flow faster than any supplement on the shelf. Take a seat but plant both feet flat, because this 2-minute ritual will pump more life into your day than another cup of coffee ever could. Dr. Carter calls it the nitric oxide reset. And it starts with 4 sharp inhales through the nose. Think quick sniffs like you're smelling fresh ground pepper. Each sniff fills a different lung zone, flooding tiny blood vessels that feed both your heart and that discreet hydraulic chamber below the belt. Now hold that air for a slow count of 4 while you roll your shoulders back. This squeeze signals your endothelial cells to dump a burst of nitric oxide into your bloodstream. Exhale forcefully through pursed lips for a count of 6, emptying stale carbon dioxide that's been trapping fatigue inside your muscles all morning. Repeat that cycle just 7 times. Yes, only 7. And studies from the University of Virginia show a 17% jump in circulating NO within 90 seconds. That means smoother artery walls, lower blood pressure, and a surprisingly stronger morning pulse where it counts. If your sinuses feel tight, add a drop of eucalyptus oil to a mug of warm water nearby. Breathing the vapor keeps nasal passages open so the drill works at full strength. Pro tip from Dr. Carter: performing the reset right after your oatmeal honey baking soda night guard, Chapter 1, doubles the benefit, because stable blood sugar spares the NO molecule from oxidative damage. You'll know it's working when your fingertips tingle and a gentle warmth stirs in your core. Nature's way of saying oxygen is finally getting delivered on time. Most guys notice they can climb a flight of stairs without that embarrassing chest flutter after just 3 days of practice. Stick around, because Chapter 4 reveals why a forgotten grocery store spice can lock these gains in place and slash post-habit weakness by another 30%. Think the nitric oxide reset felt powerful? Wait until you sprinkle a single pantry spice that turns that surge into an all-day current. Dr. Carter swears by true Ceylon cinnamon, 2 flat teaspoons whisked into your morning coffee or mixed into plain Greek yogurt. This isn't grandma's apple pie flavor boost. Clinical data from Tufts University shows cinnamon's polyphenols slow the breakdown of nitric oxide by 31%, meaning the molecule sticks around instead of vanishing before lunchtime. Lower breakdown equals steadier blood flow, which quietly supports the same tissue below the belt that most guys only think about after the lights go out. But here's the kicker most labels hide: cheap, cassia, cinnamon from the dollar shelf can overload your liver with coumarin and actually drain energy. Look for the word Ceylon, or the botanical name Cinnamomum verum. If it's not there, leave it on the store rack. Pair the spice with a pinch of black pepper. Piperine boosts cinnamon absorption the way a booster rocket pushes a satellite into orbit. Men in Dr. Carter's pilot group reported a 12-point drop in systolic blood pressure after 4 weeks. And yes, their morning stamina test, think firm handshake from the waist down, scored dramatically higher. DIY hack: keep a salt shaker full of ground Ceylon cinnamon in the console of your truck. One quick shake over steel-cut oats beats any gas station energy drink. If flavor alone doesn't sell you, remember that steady nitric oxide flow lubricates artery walls, protecting your heart the next time that private habit nudges your pulse into overdrive. Still skeptical? Stick with me to Chapter 5 where I'll reveal the 2-minute resistance move that locks these gains even if you're glued to a desk all day. Brace yourself, because the next 2 minutes could hardwire every benefit we've unlocked so far straight into your bloodstream. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, back against the wall, and slide down until your knees hit a comfy 90-degree angle. This is the wall power sit. Press your heels into the floor and clench your glutes like you're cracking a walnut. That squeeze tells your largest muscles to dump a fresh batch of nitric oxide into circulation. Keep breathing through your nose. Nasal airflow spins up even more of the gas, almost like inflating a bike tire before a long ride. After 30 seconds your quads will heat up, and that burn is the signal that your arteries are widening, delivering oxygen not only to your heart but also to the delicate vascular network supporting your most private hardware. Now push through your heels, rise halfway, and pulse up and down 10 quick reps. This micro movement wakes the pelvic floor so the main switch, down south, stays strong when you need it. Men in Dr. Carter's study who performed the wall power sit twice a day held on to their cinnamon-boosted nitric levels 4 hours longer than the control group. They also reported fewer energy crashes at 3 p.m. and a noticeable upgrade in morning vitality, if you catch my drift. Don't worry if you're stuck at a desk. You can do a modified version pressing your knees outward against your chair frame for the same vascular jolt. Finish with a slow exhale through pursed lips. That back pressure keeps small arteries open so the surge doesn't fizzle out. Quick reminder, hit the subscribe button right now so you never miss the rest of the day fixes coming up, including the freezer section snack that keeps testosterone from nosediving overnight. Stay in the game, catch your breath, and get ready for Chapter 6 where we tackle stress hormones with a spice that's probably hiding in your chili rub. Stop whatever you're doing and grab the smoky red spice that's probably sitting 2 feet from your grill, because a single teaspoon can hack the stress hormone that's been stealing your stamina. Cortisol is the silent saboteur that turns nightly relief into next-day weakness, and Dr. Carter's lab found that sweet paprika slashes morning cortisol spikes in men over 55 within 7 days. Paprika's secret weapon is capsaicin, a molecule that flips on AMPK, the same cellular switch elite athletes use to keep muscles firing long after the whistle. Lower cortisol means higher testosterone retention, and that translates to stronger cardiac output and, yes, more reliable blood flow to the private control tower without any awkward prescriptions. Here's the ritual. Whisk 1 level teaspoon of paprika with a pinch of baking soda into 8 ounces of warm water. The The soda buffers stomach acid so the capsaicin survives to do its job. Sip it slowly while you stand barefoot on the kitchen tile. The cool floor triggers a mild vagus nerve response that multiplies the spice's calming effect. Within 15 minutes you'll feel a gentle heat behind the sternum. That's your sympathetic nervous system powering down so your heart rate can cruise in the fat burn zone. Pair the drink with 3 Brazil nuts for selenium, which locks the testosterone you already made during last night's sleep cycle safely inside the bloodstream. Guys in the study who used this combo saw a 12-point jump in grip strength after 2 weeks. A lab-measured sign their heart and muscle tissues were finally talking again. If paprika alone feels too bold, fold it into plain oatmeal with a drizzle of maple syrup. The soluble fiber stretches out glucose release so there's no afternoon energy crash. Bonus tip: sprinkle an extra dash on baked chicken thighs. Dark meat carries more zinc, the mineral every man's midlife machinery quietly craves. And remember, if you're still battling that midsection tire, cortisol is usually the culprit, not willpower, so give the spice a fair shot before you double down on cardio. In Chapter 7 we'll stack this cortisol drop with a 2-minute breathing drill that candies your arteries from the inside, so stay tuned, because the best fix is coming next. Take a seat but keep your spine as tall as a flagpole. This next 2-minute drill turns every breath into a miniature heart workout. Set a timer and inhale through your nose for 4 counts, letting the air swirl against the back of your throat like cool mountain wind. Hold that breath for 4 counts while pressing the tip of your tongue gently to the roof of your mouth. This tiny move ramps up nitric oxide release by almost 15%. Exhale for 8 slow counts through pursed lips, and add a soft hum on the way out. The vibration supercharges sinus nitric oxide for even richer blood flow. Repeat the cycle 8 times. The ratio forces your vagus nerve to hit the brakes on adrenaline so your resting heart rate can slide into the 50s. Athlete style. Men in Dr. Carter's pilot trial saw systolic pressure drop 7 points after the very first session, and their pulse ox numbers stayed higher during the afternoon slump. Better oxygen means your cardiac muscle steals less arginine from other tissues, leaving plenty of that amino acid to maintain downstairs confidence without the awkward commercials. For a homegrown turbo boost, rub 1 drop of food-grade peppermint oil between your palms before you start, and cup them over your nose. Menthol signals the trigeminal nerve to open airway diameter by up to 20%. Finish with a quick stretch, hands overhead, fingers interlaced, and you'll feel blood surge from chest to fingertips, proof the circuit is complete. Practice right after your paprika tonic to stack the cortisol drop with a nitric oxide rise. This 1-2 punch keeps energy high and the heart's electrical rhythm smooth. In our final chapter we'll knit everything together with a 24-hour game plan so you can lock these gains in for good. Don't miss it. Stop. Don't close that tab yet. Because the real magic only happens when you weave every tactic into one effortless day. Wake at 6 a.m. and drink 8 ounces of warm lemon water with a pinch of baking soda to spike stomach pH and tell your liver it's showtime. Follow with a bowl of toasted buckwheat, cinnamon, and a teaspoon of honey. The slow carbs refill muscle glycogen so your heart won't beg for sugar later. Mid-morning, stand up, squeeze your glutes for 10 seconds, then pulse your pelvic floor 3 times. Blood rushes to the lower cylinders, and your core wakes up right along with them. Lunch is a fist-sized portion of grilled salmon, half an avocado, and a shower of pumpkin seeds. Omega-3s thin the blood just enough to keep arteries slick. At 2 p.m. sip the paprika tonic we mixed in Chapter 5, and roll right into your 8-cycle box breathing drill from Chapter 7 to slam the brakes on the cortisol crash. Around 4 p.m. chew 5 roasted almonds and take a brisk 5-minute hallway walk. That combo pushes nitric oxide high again without another cup of coffee. Dinner stays light, steamed broccoli, quinoa, and a drizzle of olive oil, so nighttime blood pressure slides down instead of climbing the stress ladder. 1 hour before bed, soak your feet in warm water plus 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt and a dash of ginger powder. Magnesium and ginger relax vessels from toes to ticker. Right before lights out, lie on your back, knees bent, and practice 4 pelvic tilts to keep the prostate area flushed and free of stagnant fluid. Repeat this 24-hour loop for 7 straight days and track your morning pulse. Most men see a drop of 5 beats per minute, proof their heart is coasting, not grinding. The payoff is steady energy, sharper focus, and the quiet confidence that every part of you, from cardiac muscle to private hardware, is finally rowing in the same direction. Share your day 1 results in the comments, pass this video to a buddy who needs it, and let's rewrite the playbook on aging, one simple habit at a time.